Hello friends, and welcome back! We've made a few different videos talking about what we can expect for the 1.6 update coming out soon, but let's recap some of the things that ConcernedApe has showed us of what we can expect, and we have a date now for when it's going to be released. This update is going to be huge. It's his last big update while he works on finishing up Haunted Chocolatier, and the current release date for PC is March 19th, with console and mobile to follow. ConcernedApe shared this photo on Twitter a while ago of what we can expect to see in the new update. A new major festival will be added along with some smaller festivals. Many people think that perhaps there will be a Ginger Island festival for those who are far in the game to have something else to look forward to while being on Ginger Island. It could be for coconuts, walnuts, or ginger. I wonder what kind of games a Ginger Island festival would have. For the smaller festivals, I've heard talk of people thinking that there might be something like a Valentine's Day, even though we already have the Spring Flower Dance, something that's a little bit more romantic. Or perhaps a hat parade for our little friend Hat Mouse who lives down in the south end of the woods. There's a lot of possibilities for mini festivals. And a lot of possibilities for what different mini games or things that we'll be able to do at the festival. I'm super excited to see what new events are coming to Stardew Valley because I'm on year 7 on my main farm and a lot of it is just the same old now. It looks like perhaps we are getting new crops and also new food recipes. And an option to have an iridium scythe. That way we can have all purple tools. Purple. There also appears to be a new type of bush with a new type of crop or forageable on it, and on this little update card there's a few new sprites that have also been added. It looks like there's a new warp totem, though it looks a little bit different from the others. Most of the warp totems allow us to teleport instantly from one area to another. The farm warp totem has saved my life on multiple occasions while in the Skull Caverns and on the Ginger Island volcano. This new warp totem is also purple. And happy looking. I wonder if it will allow us to choose where to warp to. With it being purple, I'm going to imagine that iridium bars are used in crafting this new warp totem. There's also another purple item. It's a purple beverage of sorts. Maybe it's purple iridium tea or iridium coffee or just iridium beverage. What kind of power-ups would an iridium beverage give our farmer? Before we continue to go over what we can expect in this update, let's hear a quick word from our sponsors. Today's video is sponsored by Factor. Do you struggle sometimes at night, getting home from work after a long day, you're tired, you don't want to do anything, but you don't want to just preheat something that's not good for you? Well, Factor has that solution figured out for you. No prep, no cooking, just dietitian approved, chef prepared meals delivered to your door and ready to eat in 2 minutes. Select from a weekly menu of 34 plus dietitian approved meals and 45 different add-ons that fit your lifestyle. Gourmet chefs take care of the prepping and cooking so you can do you. No prep, no mess. Meals arrive ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes. Get 50% off your first box and free wellness shots for life when you use the link in the description. That means you can choose 2 free wellness shots from 3 available flavors for every order while you're an active subscriber. Save time, money, and stress while still having a healthy lifestyle. Join Factor today with the link in my description. And now, back to the video. We can also see that there will be new late game content which expands on each of the skill areas: farming, foraging, mining, fishing, and combat. Each of these areas increases as you progress throughout the game. When reaching levels 5 and 10, you can choose different professions of that specific skill. Choosing different professions of different skills allows you to have less waiting time for things, more money for different things, more chances of different items being dropped more often. It kind of depends on the skill area. Will ConcernedApe be increasing it to 15? This might be difficult for players who have already reached perfection and they've gotten 10 in each of the skill areas. If they have to go back and get 15 for each of the skill areas, they'll no longer be at perfection. They'll have to redo their perfection save. Now, it wouldn't take that long, but I could see a lot of people not appreciating if it bumped up from 5 to 10 to 15. It'll also just make it more difficult to get to perfection, which is already a pretty difficult thing to do. I'm trying to do it on my year 7 farm and, well, I'm on year 7. While we may be able to continuously level up our skill areas, it appears that a new weapon has also been added for combat. It appears to be a quiver with arrows. We get slingshots, but for the most part, our only weapons that we get in Stardew are all close-range weapons. Maybe now we will get another distance weapon other than the slingshot. This will be especially handy when fighting slow-moving enemies like ghosts, zombies, and maybe even bats that come from far away. From the speculation I've heard online and other different groups that I'm in, it seems like there's going to be quite a bit of late-game content added. Joja Mart may be coming to Ginger Island. Concerned Ape tweeted this picture of one of the parrots on Ginger Island sitting on a Joja stand with coins on it. Perhaps this means we can build a small Joja cart on the island, like the traveling cart on regular Stardew? Is there going to be a traveling Joja cart? What if we can pay to have a cruise ship come to the island? That seems very Joja to me, to want to suck out every bit of money it can out of a small tourist area. But this can't be the only Joja alternative to the endgame quests. Perhaps similar to on regular Stardew Valley, how you can pay to either go the Joja route or just complete the community center, there will be a Joja route in which you can pay through the different parrots instead of trying to find all of the walnuts on Ginger Island. To me, this seems very likely, as the hunt for golden walnuts is incredibly difficult. And it would make sense to add a Joja route of paying off the parrots instead of just gathering the walnuts for them, similar how you can do in the beginning of the game. It would also make sense why a parrot stand would have Joja coins on them if that's the case. If you've gotten bored of having the same dialogue over and over and over again, have no fear. Concerned Ape is adding over 100 lines of new dialogue for NPCs. And winter outfits will be incorporated with NPCs as well. I don't know if all seasonal outfits will change for them, but this is really great news for people who can't mod, who are on console or on mobile. There is a mod on PC for seasonal outfits, but if you don't play on PC, you can't add that mod. So now integrating that directly in the game is going to be really nice for a lot of players who don't play on PC. Speaking of mods, much of this update is to help make modding and multiplayer more powerful. There will be added PC support for 8-player multiplayer. Currently on Vanilla Stardew, you can have up to 4 people on a farm. You can add more people with mods, however the game gets a little bit glitchy. PC support for multiplayer for bigger farms is going to be more fun for friends and less crashing. Hopefully. And with allowing a higher multiplayer, Concerned Ape of course also had to create a whole new farm layout. Currently, there are 7 different maps that you can choose at the start of your save file for your Stardew Valley farm. My favorite is the forest farm layout. The standard farm offers the most space to plant crops and raise animals. The other 6 farms lack farming area but offer special perks in comparison. The Riverland farm encourages fishing. The forest farm encourages foraging. The hilltop farm encourages mining. The Wilderness Farm encourages combat, but does not give combat experience for it. The Four Corners Farm offers perks for other maps and encourages multiplayer. The Beach Farm offers extra items and encourages fishing and foraging, but discourages farming late in the game. I've seen different areas of what this new farm type might look like or what the theme might be for it, but I would not be shocked if it was simply just a huge farming space. This has been something that both single players have wanted, to just have more space for farm animals and crops, but also for adding support for larger multiplayer platforms with 8 people now instead of 4. I would not be surprised if the new farm type was simply just a massive farm to fit more people on it. Here is a part that I'm really excited for, that maybe you think is silly, or maybe you think it's small, but I'm excited for it. And that is new frogs. There's a yellow one, and a blue one, and perhaps a void one. Will frogs be similar to chickens in that we could set up like a little small terrarium or pond area and raise frogs? The cottagecore girlies are going to love this if that is the fact. Concerned Ape is known for keeping things pretty secret when it comes to having new updates and new content come out. So the fact that we've gotten this much information, it's insane. It only makes me wonder what he hasn't shared yet. Like what's also going to be on this update that we don't know about yet. Once again, this update is set to release on PC for March 19th, 2024, with mobile and console to follow. Concerned Ape recommends starting a new save file just to be sure you can see all of the new updates. However, it will not negatively affect an already existing save file if you decide not to start a new farm. I will be sure to be playing on the 19th. I'll be starting a new save file and also a new co-op farm with my friends in the Discord community. So if you want to be sure to check out all of the new updates, come watch live on Twitch, twitch.tv/TheAnimeAthlete. I will be checking out a bunch of new stuff when the new update rolls out on March 19th. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I do my best to keep you all up to date with any news in the community regarding Stardew Valley, Haunted Chocolatier, or other similar games that are coming out as well. Join the Discord to meet other people in our little community who love Stardew, and follow me on other social media platforms. All of those links are in the description below. Be sure to check out my Patreon for behind-the-scenes content, early access to videos, and more. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good rest of your night.